Drake has a rich baby daddy named Lucian. So all of his streams and the number ones are controlled by someone named Lucian or Luce. They work for people who control the banks in Africa. You know, oh my god, honey, Kanye is starting drama. Honey, Kanye is back at it again, and this time he is coming straight for the jugular. You know, when he spills the tea, it's piping hot, and it seems like he is ready to bring that heat. He has a track record of calling out shady celebs and shining a light on their behind-the-scenes antics, and now he's got Drake by the throat. But let's rewind a little bit into Kanye and Drake's beef, because it goes all the way back to when Kanye accused Drake of having an affair with his then-wife Kim Kardashian. Well, it seems like Kanye's had enough of playing nice, and he's ready to drop some bombshells. He's alleged that Drake had a little affair with none other than the Hollywood big shot himself, Lucian Grange. But hold on to your butts, because Kanye is not stopping there. He's not just spilling tea, he's threatening to pour out the whole dang kettle. I mean, teacups on teacups on teacups on teacups. He is also claiming that not only was Drake allegedly involved with Lucian, but that Drake has allegedly helped Lucian to help Diddy with his trafficking scheme. Not just that, but Kanye also claims that he's got some audio footage that supposedly features Lucian getting up close and personal with Drake in Diddy's mansion, and he is threatening to expose Drake and snitch to the feds. Why all, come on in the room and get this fresh brew. It cuts Drake's soul. It's like he signed his soul to the devil to not be cool with me, to have to this is his job to go against God. Wow, okay, so we know that a lot of celebs are involved in this messy situation with Diddy. It seems like a new person is trying to distance themselves or getting exposed every week, because a lot more people have been exposed since that Cassie lawsuit. There have been so many celebs rumored to have been allegedly involved in Diddy's shenanigans, including some big names like Jay-Z, Beyoncé, Will Smith, Kevin Hart, Usher, Meek Mill, and the Kardashians, and so many other names. But one name that we never thought we would hear is Drake. I mean, he and Diddy never really ran in the same circles, and they even had beef of their own. So how on earth could he allegedly have been involved? Well, as it turns out, Drake was not involved directly with Diddy, but according to Kanye West, Drake was involved in a roundabout way through his relationship with his sugar baby daddy, Lucian Grange. It looks like the Kanye versus Drake feud isn't quite over yet. According to Kanye, their beef is still sizzling hot, and he's definitely come back just to bring this tea. He made it crystal clear that any hopes of any friendship revival with Drake are off the table. Plus, he dropped a major bombshell about Drake's alleged secret sugar daddy, Lucian Grange, the bigwig behind Universal Music Group. Now, if you're not up to speed, Kanye and Drake have been at odds for what feels like forever. It all kicked off when Kanye accused Drake of having an affair with his ex, Kim Kardashian, and it spiraled from there. Their fallout stemmed from the alleged affair, but then came December 9, 2021. Kanye West and Drake surprised everybody by teaming up for the free Larry Hoover benefit concert, but their brief truce didn't last long because Kanye and Drake were back at it again, even harder than ever. It's been a couple of years since their last fallout, but Kanye is still holding on to that grudge for dear life. In a recent interview, he went off about how Drake sold his soul for fame and how he somehow got mixed up in Diddy's messy legal situation with the feds. During an interview with The Download, Kanye didn't hold back. He straight up insisted that Drake had made some shady deals with the bigwigs in the industry, including Lucian Grange. He said, "You and Drake were neighbors once upon a time. That wasn't my choice. Okay, you all were friends. He was your little bro at one point. Why all were, from the outside looking in. I need a massage somewhere on my neck." So, yeah, why all did the Hoover concert together? Me and the rest of the world thought why all were back cool. What happened after that? What happened after that to where why all didn't? Because I thought once that concert happened, it cuts Drake's soul. It's like he signed his soul to the devil to not be cool with me, to have to this is his job to go against God. But Kanye didn't stop there because he also went on to speak about Drake's alleged affair with Lucian, referring to Lucian as Drake's baby daddy. He has a rich baby daddy named Lucian, so all of his streams and the number ones are controlled by someone named Lucian or Lucian, who works for people who control the banks in Africa. Why all? It's wild how Kanye just does not mince words, and he's doubling down on his claims. He even went as far as alleging that Lucian might have had a hand in the orchestration of the hit on Diddy by the feds. And here's where it gets even more strange. A few weeks back, Eddie Griffin said the same thing. He dropped a bombshell suggesting that Lucian might have sicked the feds on Diddy after finding out some compromising tapes Diddy allegedly had on him. This is really just a quick, fast hit on the mother's property. You ain't going to call the press and say we about to hit Puffy's crib. You just going to hit the crib, and they just going to have to hear about that through the grapevine and rush down there as quick as they can. But no, we've seen the aerial shot of them driving up and arriving at this explicit crib. Somebody's behind it, somebody way up the ladder, and I think that ladder is the head of Universal Music Group. But why all know Eddie Griffin didn't stop there. He implied that Clive Davis and Lucian allegedly threw Diddy under the bus to save their own skins. Why? Because they supposedly realized that Diddy allegedly had some tapes that could have spelled disaster for them. So, according to Eddie, they cooked up the raid to get their hands on those tapes. Crazy stuff, right? This is the stuff that you see on these crime channels. Clive Davis, yeah, that's the monster. And the head of Universal Music Group, he's put Diddy up, and they're sacrificing Diddy. They said, you got to take this explicit. We can't be involved, but Diddy's smart. He filmed every session he was explicit Clive, and the explicit freak boy that runs Universal Music Group now. That's why they're raiding the house, because they got friends in Homeland Security and they said, get there and get them tapes from this explicit. He's trying to blackmail us, that's what I believe is going on. Well, y'all, this is very messy, but it didn't stop there because in Rod's lawsuit he exposed Lucian Grange and G of allegedly funding Diddy's trafficking and also profiting from it to the point where Lucian allegedly helped him cover it up. Rod's court documents said while living and traveling with Mr. Combs, Mr. Jones discovered that Mr. Combs had hidden cameras in every room of his homes. Mr. Jones believes that Mr. Combs has recordings of the defendants Lucian Charles Grange, Ethiopia Haptemariam, as well as other celebrities, music label executives, politicians, and athletes. Why all? The lawsuit continued, saying, upon information and belief, these individuals were recorded without their knowledge and consent, and as is the case with the homosexual tape of Stevie J and Mr. Combs provided to Mr. Jones, Mr. Combs possesses compromising footage of every person that has attended his freak-off parties and his house parties. Upon information and belief, due to this trove of evidence he has in his possession, Mr. Combs believes that he is above the law and is untouchable. Well, why all? Lucian wasted no time unleashing his legal hounds on Rod. His high-powered lawyers came out swinging, vehemently denying the allegations. They slammed the claims as offensive and reckless, claiming that Lucian had zero knowledge of nor any hand in any of Diddy's supposed actions. They weren't just stopping at words either, they vowed to show just how false these accusations were, and to make Rod pay for every penny of damage caused by his assertions. Yeah, why all? That was one fierce legal counterattack, but Rod pulled no punches either in his lawsuit, laying out some serious allegations. According to the legal documents, among the concrete steps that defendants Lucian Charles Grange, Ethiopia Haptemariam, Motown Records, Love Records, and Universal Music Group took to aid Mr. Combs was providing vast sums of cash, which made the sex trafficking venture possible, providing Mr. Combs with large sums of U.S. currency caused by defendants Lucian Charles Grange and Universal Music Group to receive financial benefits. It then went on to accuse Lucian and EUNG of tax evasion for the sole purpose of benefiting from Diddy's alleged activities. He said defendants concealed their delivery of vast sums of cash, likely millions of dollars, to Mr. Combs and his associates in order to benefit from the Combs sex trafficking venture. They willfully failed to timely file required tax disclosures surrounding the funding of these sex trafficking parties with the federal government, because doing so would imperil their ability to profit from the sex trafficking venture. Why all? Rod was not shy in his lawsuit either. He didn't hold back because the lawyers went on to say that defendants Lucian Charles Grange and Universal Music Group knowingly participated in sex trafficking and furthered the Combs sex trafficking venture. The concrete steps above constituted taking part in the sex trafficking venture and were necessary for its success. The concrete steps constituted active engagement, by defendants in Combs' sex trafficking venture. Kanye dropped another bombshell, claiming that Drake wasn't just getting cozy with Lucian but was also somehow tangled up in this Diddy mess. It's a bit murky trying to figure out exactly how deep Drake was in the Diddy activities, but according to Kanye, Drake allegedly got down and dirty with Lucian in some of those infamous videos. But here's where it gets even juicier. Remember those naughty tapes of Lucian that Diddy supposedly has? Well, rumor has it that Drake allegedly made some cameo appearances in them. Kanye even went as far as to claim that he allegedly has a copy of one of those videos, but not just the ones with the freak off. Allegedly, Kanye has proof that Drake was allegedly involved in Lucian and Diddy's alleged trafficking scheme, and he's reportedly throwing down an ultimatum demanding a public apology from Drake, or else he's threatening to play the button from the incriminating footage. Why all? It's just drama, drama, drama with Kanye. And why all? Between getting threatened and blackmailed by Kanye and being destroyed by Kendrick Lamar in their ongoing beef, well, let's just say that Drake has a whole lot on his plate. I'm sure he's sitting somewhere saying it's just a lot right now. You know, I got to have a warrior spirit, but if Kanye is to be believed, Drake knows that he's getting exposed soon, and he's been having all this drama and shootings and attacks and intruders at his mansion. No wonder he's putting it up for sale at $88 million. So it looks like Drake is trying to cut his losses and run. But why on the streets are talking about all of it? They've been saying stuff like, you mean Drake is cool with Lucian Grange now? I see why these ninjas don't F with Drake. Diddy, Drake, Lucian, Clive, they're all going down. Kanye was just telling us, and we said he was crazy. Drake sold his soul. Lucian is proud to give him money and not let him own his masters. Kanye ain't crazy about this. I'm telling you, when it all falls down, well, Kanye was definitely right about that. I got to know what y'all think though. Do I all think that Drake is really mixed up in this Diddy stuff? And is Lucian